Hello students, already we have started the lesson World Heritage. Now up to here we have taken the part. Now we are going to start from here the World Heritage Committee. Okay. Today the World Heritage Committee is the main group responsible for establishing which sites will be listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Now as we already we have studied that UNESCO declare World Heritage Sites, whether it is cultural heritage sites or natural heritage sites. And today itself, the World Heritage Committee is the main group responsible for establishing which sites will be considered as a World Heritage Sites. Okay, the committee meets once a year and consists of representatives from 21 state parties that are elected for 6 year terms by the World Heritage Center's General Assembly. Here the committee, the World Heritage Committee, okay, the members of the committee, they meet once a year. Once a year they meet, and after that they will discuss the representatives of nearly about 21 state parties. They met together, and after that, actually they are elected for 6 year terms. 21 state parties members of the World Heritage Committee, they are elected for 6 year terms and by the World Heritage Center's General Assembly. And after that, what happened, the members of the committee, they met once a year, and after that what they did, the state parties are then responsible for identifying and nominating new sites within their territory to be considered for inclusion on the World Heritage List. Now the state parties are then responsible. As we have seen that the World Heritage Committee meets once a year, and after that the representatives from 21 state parties, they met once a year, and they are discussing regarding the which sites will be considered as a World Heritage Sites. And then the state parties are responsible for identifying as well as nominating new sites within their region or within their territory to be considered for inclusion on the World Heritage List. After discussion, the committee representatives, they discuss regarding that, and they decide that which sites will be included in the World Heritage List. Okay, and it was depend upon the representatives from what point of view he will consider. And after that, what happened, the state parties are responsible or mainly responsible for identifying as well as nominating the sites within their region, and finally they included, or they finally the site will be considered for inclusion on the World Heritage List. Now, becoming a World Heritage List, what should the site will have to do? What are the conditions for what? For becoming a World Heritage Site. For becoming a World Heritage Sites, what the site will have to do? Actually, what are the conditions for that? There are 5 steps in becoming a World Heritage Sites. How many steps are there? 5 steps. For what? For becoming a World Heritage Sites. Okay. First step, which is for country or state party to take an inventory of its significant cultural and natural site. Inventory means what? A detailed list. Inventory means what? A detailed list. Here actually 5 steps are there for becoming a World Heritage List, World Heritage Sites, and first of which are that state party representatives, what should they have to do? They have to make a detailed list of important cultural as well as natural sites. They have to make an important list regarding what? Regarding which sites are important, or which sites are culturally significant, culturally or naturally significant, naturally important, and they have to make such type of inventory or such type of detailed list regarding the sites in their own territory. Okay, this is called a tentative list. Actually, this list is called tentative list. It is called what? A tentative list. And it is important because nominations to the World Heritage List will not be considered unless the nominated site was first included on the tentative list. And the tentative list is also very important. Actually, as we have seen that the 21 state parties or state parties representatives, they have to make such type of tentative list, and it is very important. Tentative list is very important because nominations will not be considered. Nominations will not be, or the World Heritage List will not be considered unless the nominated site was first included on the tentative list. It means that a site must have to included in tentative list. Okay. Next step, second step here. Countries are then able to select sites from their tentative list to be included on a nomination file. Now the second step, that is after that countries means that state, they are able to select sites from their tentative list. Now they can select the sites from tentative list to be included on a nomination file. And third step is just given here. The third step is a review of a nomination file by two advisory bodies. By whom? By two advisory bodies consisting of the International Council on Monuments and Sites and the World Conservation Union. Now what is the third step here? A review of nomination file is made now, and after that, after making the nomination file, review was taken. By whom? The review was taken by two advisory bodies. Two advisory bodies included International Council on Monuments and Sites as well as along with World Conservation Union, who then make recommendations to the World Heritage Committee. Recommendations, what? Suggestions or proposals. What happened? Actually, what is the third step here? Nomination file is made, and after making nomination file, the two advisory bodies consisting of International Council on Monuments as well as Sites and World Conservation Union, after that these two bodies, two members, they make recommendations, they give suggestions to the World Heritage Commission, whatever they have seen in the nomination file. Okay. Now the World Heritage Committee meets once a year to review these recommendations and decide which sites will be added to the World Heritage List. After that, what happened? After giving whatever decisions by the two advisory bodies regarding what? Regarding the nomination file, and after giving recommendations, the World Heritage Committee meets once a year for what purpose? To review all these recommendations and decides which sites will be added to the World Heritage Sites, which sites will be included in the World Heritage List. Okay. Now, after that, what happened? The World Heritage Committee. After that, what happened? The World Heritage Committee meets once a year and to review all these recommendations, whatever given by these two advisory bodies, and after that, after discussing, they decided which sites will be included in the World Heritage List. Now the final step, fifth step in becoming a World Heritage List is, that is the final step now here. Final step to become a World Heritage Site is determining whether or not a nominated site meets at least one of the 10 selection criteria. Actually, selection criteria is given there, conditions are given there, and nomination after in the final step, World Heritage Committee, what actually they have did, they see finally they meets at least one of the 10 selection criteria. They have seen that the final step is to becoming a World Heritage Site is to determine whether or not a nominated site meets at least one of the 10 selection criteria. It means that they have to see now, they actually see, they have seen what the selection criteria, whatever conditions are given there for being a World Heritage Site, and if the conditions are fulfilled, then definitely they decided to include the site as a World Heritage Sites. Okay, and if the site meets this criteria, it can then be inscribed on the World Heritage List. Criteria means what? It is also given here. Criteria means fixed basis to judge. Means whatever conditions are given here, if the conditions are fulfilled, then definitely the site can be inscribed. Inscribe, again it is word inscribe means what? To print or to write or to engrave. It means that after fulfilling all the conditions, then only the World Heritage Committee, they decided to include the site as a World Heritage Site, and they have included it in the World Heritage List. Okay, once a site goes through this process and is chosen, it remains the property of the country on whose territory it sites, but it also becomes considered within the international community. Here, once the site is chosen, once the site is selected as a World Heritage Site, after that it remains the property of that territory, that it remains the property of the country on whose territory it sites, or whose region it sites. But it also becomes considered within the international community, but it also within the control of international community. Actually, after selecting the sites, it remains the property, the site remains the property of the country on whose region it sites, and it is also under the control of international community. Now, types of World Heritage Sites. Types of World Heritage Sites. Here it is. As of 2009, there are 890 World Heritage Sites that are located in 148 countries according to map. According to map, as of 2009, there are nearly about 890 World Heritage Sites. They are located nearly about 148 different countries according to map. In that, nearly about 689 of these sites are cultural and include places like the Sydney Opera House in Australia and the historic center of Vienna in Austria. Here, as we have seen that nearly about 890 World Heritage Sites are located in nearly about 148 countries according to map as of 2009. Okay, in that nearly about 689 of these sites are cultural. How many cultural sites are there? 689. And some of the examples are given here. Examples of cultural heritage sites such as Sydney Opera House, which is in Australia, and the historic center of Vienna, it is in Austria. These are the example of cultural heritage sites. Okay, nearly about 176 are natural. How many are natural here? Nearly about 176 are natural heritage sites and feature such locations as the US Yellowstone and Grand Canyon National Parks. Also, the natural heritage sites, examples of natural heritage sites are also given here, such as US Yellowstone and Grand Canyon National Parks. US Yellowstone and Grand Canyon National Parks are the example of natural heritage sites. Natural heritage sites, and nearly about 176 are natural heritage sites as of 2009, and nearly about 25 of the World Heritage Sites are considered mixed. Mixed means what? Including both natural as well as cultural sites. For example, Peru's Machu Picchu is one of these. One of the example is given here, that is Peru's Machu Picchu. Peru's Machu Picchu is an example of mixed one. Mixed means what? Including both, that is natural as well as cultural one. That is called here mixed. And one of the example is given here, that is Machu Picchu, and nearly about 25 of the World Heritage Sites are considered that mixed one, including both natural and cultural heritage sites. Here, Italy has the highest number of World Heritage Sites with 44. Here, Italy has the highest number of World Heritage Sites. Nearly about 54 sites are there. Where? In Italy. Nearly about 44 sites are there in Italy, and Italy is the highest number of World Heritage Sites. India has 36. India has how many World Heritage Sites are in India? There are 36 World Heritage Sites are in India. Among them, 28 are cultural, 7 natural and 1 mixed. Among the 36 World Heritage Sites which are located in India, among them nearly about 28 sites are cultural, 7 sites are natural, as well as 1 is mixed, including mixed means what? Including both natural as well as cultural heritage sites. Okay. The World Heritage Committee has divided the world's countries into 5 geographic zones, which include Africa, Arab sites, Asia Pacific, including Australia and Oceania, Europe and North America, and last one, Latin America and the Caribbean. Here, the World Heritage Committee has divided the world's country into 5 zones, 5 geographic zones, which are they? Africa, Arab states, Asia Pacific, it includes Australia as well as Oceania, Europe and North America, and last one, Latin America and Caribbean. These are the world's countries. Actually, World Heritage Sites, what actually they have did, they have the committee has divided the countries, world's countries, into these 5 geographic zones. After that, what happened? World Heritage Sites in danger. World Heritage Sites in danger. It is given here. Now, which sites are in danger here? Like many natural, historic, and cultural sites around the world, many World Heritage sites are in danger of being destroyed or lost due to war, poaching, natural disasters like earthquakes, uncontrolled urbanizations, heavy tourist traffic, and environmental factors such as air pollution and acid rain. Here, like many natural, historic, as well as cultural sites around the world, many World Heritage sites are also in danger and they are being destroyed or lost due to what? Various reasons are given here. Due to what? Due to war, poaching. Poaching means what? Hunting. Natural disasters such as earthquakes, uncontrolled urbanization. What is meant by urbanization? That is also given here. Include more areas in cities, expand city area. That is called here urbanization. These are the reasons. Also heavy tourist traffic and environmental factors such as air pollution, acid rain. These are the factors related for what? Related for destroying such type of World Heritage sites. Okay, why the World Heritage sites are in danger, and these are the reasons behind that these sites are in danger, that they are being destroyed or lost due to war, poaching, natural disasters such as earthquakes, uncontrolled urbanizations, as well as heavy tourist traffic, and environmental factors are also responsible for that, such as air pollution and acid rain. Also, World Heritage sites that are in danger are inscribed on a separate list of World Heritage sites in danger, which allows the World Heritage Committee to allocate resources from the World Heritage Fund to that site. Actually, World Heritage Committee, what actually they did, the sites, which sites are in danger, they are inscribed on a separate list. Those sites which are in danger, they are inscribed on a separate list of a World Heritage sites in danger, which is list is made here, World Heritage sites in danger. The list is made here, and World Heritage Committee, what actually they did, those sites which are destroyed, which are in danger, they are engraved or they are inscribed on a separate list. After that, World Heritage Committee to allocate resources, they tried to allocate resources. Resources means what? Allocate means what here? Assign. They tried to allocate, they tried to assign resources from the World Heritage Fund to that sites. They tried to help to regain the same condition before, whatever what condition they are. Actually, World Heritage Committee, what actually they allocate fund for what purpose? For the World Heritage site, that actually these sites are in danger, and for that purpose World Heritage Committee to allocate resources from the World Heritage Fund to that sites. In addition, what happened, different plans are put into place to protect and or restore the site. In addition, what World Heritage Committee also make various efforts for what purpose? For protecting such sites, for conserving, for preserving such sites, and to restore such sites. If however a site loses the characteristics which allowed for it to be originally included on the World Heritage list, the World Heritage Committee can choose to delete the site from the list. And finally, after helping all these things, after taking various efforts by World Heritage Committee, if finally a site loses the characteristics which allowed for it to be originally included on the World Heritage list, then only the World Heritage Committee, they can delete the site from the list, they can remove the site from the list. But when, if the original conditions are given, whatever criteria are given for the World Heritage list, originally included on the World Heritage list, and it will not be fulfilled, means for a site loses the characteristics which allowed for it to be originally included on the World Heritage list, then only the World Heritage Committee remove the list from that World Heritage sites. Okay. To learn more about World Heritage sites, visit the World Heritage Center's website at wscunesco.organization.org. If you want to study or if you want to learn more about World Heritage sites, you must have to visit World Heritage Center's website. This website is also given here, wscunesco.org organization. After getting that, actually, if you want to learn more about World Heritage sites, definitely you have to visit that site, wscunesco.organization, and definitely you can get all the information regarding what? Regarding World Heritage sites. Okay, in this way we have studied the lesson World Heritage sites. Remaining lesson we will take afterwards. Okay. Thank you.